We've been exploring through this podcast the connection between Sanatana Dharma and ancient civilizations of the world, and we have taken up Mesopotamia for study now. So far, we have seen the following. Number one, the first pharaoh of Egypt had Vaishnava marks on his forehead and his body. And number two, there were Hindu kings of Sumeria. Point number three, there was a reference as witnesses to a peace treaty signed by the Hittites and Sumerians. The gods mentioned were Mitra, Varuna, and Ashwins. Point number four, Aja, the grandfather of Sri Ramachandra of Ramayana, was a king who conquered Egypt, and Egypt had come from his name Aja. Later it became Ajax and it became Egypt. Point number five, we found that the names of Rama, Dasharatha and Bharata having been found in the Sumerian king list, there is also a chapel dedicated to Sri Ramachandra found in Uru of Ubaidian times. Ubaidian times are the time frame which preceded the civilizations of Sumerians and Akkadians. And finally, we had also seen how Haran and the border of Turkey has a close resemblance to Shiva, who is worshipped in India. Now let us look at the theory that Angirasa, one of the 7 seers, sages mentioned in Hinduism. There are 7 seers mentioned in Hinduism who at the beginning of every time cycle formulate the code of conduct text to follow. They are called Sapta Rishi, that is 7 Rishis. They are Atri, Bhrigu, Kutsa, Vasishtha, Gautama, Kasyapa and Angirasa. Now what does the theory say? The theory states, the supreme deity of the Sumerian pantheon is An, or Anu. In the first 2 letters of the Sanskrit word An, Gar, As, Angir-as. An could refer to Anu. One may also note that Gir might relate to the Akkadian fire god. Din Gir is the cuneiform writing meant sky or heaven and also a god or goddess. The masters of the sky were perceived as deities by the earthbound. This reminds one of Angiras and descendants, the Angirasas, as a group of higher beings who traverse the realms of between gods and men, an interstellar and interdimensional light. Now, a word. There are 2 interpretations. When somebody says in the ancient text, one interpretation is that people who have migrated and who are venerated to the level of a deity. And the second option is that there really was interstellar travel. I will be discussing about interstellar travel as mentioned in the ancient text, not only in Indian text but also in world text later. As far as this episode is concerned, this theory states Angirasa could have been the founder of the empire of Akkadians and Sumerians. And there is another view on that. The Angirasas and Bhrigus families, Bhrigu is another Saptarishi, represent the pre-Vedic Vedic past. They go so far back into the past And not only are they eponymous finders of the families, Angirasas and Bhrigu, but even certain other ancient rishis belonging to these families, Brihaspati, Atharvan, Ushana, they are already remote persons in the Rigveda, and many consider them as mythical. And the names of the two families are already names for mythical and ritual classes. The Angirasas are defined as a race of higher beings between gods and men. The Bhrigus and the Atharvans are synonymous with fire priests in general. The names of these two families are also found in the Iranian and Greek texts. More of that will follow in the later podcast.